Hello, this is Cynthia Mazzaferro with Powerful Beyond Measure. I'm really excited to have Tamara Raymond with me today. Hi, Tamara. How are you?
Hi, I am wonderful. Thank you for having me.
You're so welcome. Well, I'm really excited about having you here because it's a wonderful thing to talk about career, passion, and how does one navigate those streams to get into really finding the right niche for you to excel and be successful at. So before we get into the nuts and bolts of her book and her mission and helping people to find the right way to decide what their career is, but also to be willing to change and shift if necessary. So let me tell you a little bit more about Tamara, her official bio. Tamara is the founder of Innovative Management Consulting, better known as IMC, a premier consulting firm that helps individuals be extraordinary in their careers. She also helps organizations nurture leaders. She holds a bachelor's degree in psychology from Lawrence University, and she also holds a master's degree in organizational sciences with a concentration in management and a graduate level certificate in leadership coaching from George Washington University. Tamara has an extensive experience in human resources, leadership coaching, and loves helping others reach their full potential so they can make a difference in their life, and especially making it happiness in their own personal life. She is certified in one of the most influential personality assessments for people across the globe, the Berkman Method, which she uses extensively in her work. She lives in Newport News, Virginia. So with that, I'd like to welcome Tamara. Hi, how are you?
Hi, I am just happy to be here. I'm great, thank you.
You're welcome. And as I read that, I realized that you haven't even put in that you're an author and the name of your book. So you might want to then add that to your bio so I can mention it. But I'm going to mention it. Tamara has actually written a book called Careering, the Pocket Guide to Exploring the Future Career, your future career. So you have a copy of it you can show everyone?
I do. It's right here.
Wonderful. It is a pocket guide, so you really can reference it often.
Absolutely. That was the intent. You literally can put it in your pocket, put it in your purse. It doesn't take up a lot of space, but has a lot of information and even space for you to take notes as you go along.
Oh, good. That's great. So why don't you tell us, you're very educated, as I read in your bio, having your undergraduate and your master level and additional certifications and qualifications. So congratulations on all of that success.
I actually had a lot of, ups and downs along my journey, trying to decide what was it that I wanted to do with my life. And it did not come easily. There was a lot of figuring out, okay, what is it? What do I really like? And how does that even translate into a viable career? And it was through trial and error and really experiencing different things that I eventually came to where I am now. And, throughout the journey, getting my various degrees and certifications that really supported me along the way.
Really great. So, I have a very wide range of people that participate or come to my Facebook page and listen to this, and even people on YouTube that might be watching this. So when we think of college, we often think of the 20-something-year-old that's going to college or their master's degree. But I want to open this conversation up to a very large audience, in that it could be a 30-something-year-old where maybe she or he started a family very early and didn't get to go to college. They couldn't afford it, or there was family crises or family dynamics that didn't allow them to go. or it could be the 50-year-old or 60-year-old that's retired, really would like to start a new career, a new passion, and thinks they're too old for that, which is not true. So I want to just make sure that everyone that's listening to this interview is realizing that your book and the strategies that you go into to determining how to create a career that is profitable, that is self-fulfilling in the sense that you're receiving some gratification and enjoying what you're doing, is really for any age. Would you agree?
Absolutely. In fact, I went straight to my undergraduate degree, but I actually took a break
Yeah.
for pursuing my master's because I wanted to be sure what it was I wanted to study. So it's not just, you know, maybe taking a break before even finishing your undergraduate degree, but maybe finishing your undergraduate degree and deciding, oh, well, maybe there's another direction I want to take after work. You know, maybe there's a particular area I want to focus in, which is actually what I did. You know, yes, I majored in psychology, but, you know, after working in various industries and focusing on human resources, I realized what my passion really was and what avenue to take. And that's how I ended up in my master's program. It was not off the bat. I'll tell you that.
Okay, so let's start with that. You used the word passion. How do you recommend to someone that they become in touch with their passion? What it is that really stirs in their heart? How does one acclaim that knowledge?
Start taking a look at what interests you. What puts that smile on your face? What can't you stop talking about? You know, and as for me, based on my experience and what I've seen with others, once we start looking, it starts to present itself more easily as time goes on, as time progresses. So psychology, interesting. Taking a look at what was it about psychology that interested, you know, what areas do I want to make a difference with others and in the world, and how does that look? And so starting to explore and to chip away at, you know, what am I doing on the day to day that really excites me? You know, what am I known for? You know, what do people come to me for? And really breaking it down and then putting it all back together in a way that looks like a career.
I love that because, you know, what you're saying is you might already have an overall theme of an interest. And it could even be, for example, you might be a business owner of, let's say, a bakery, but you're a business owner and you have your bakers in the back and they're, you know, decorating the cakes and things like that, but you're actually running the business part of the operation. And so even though you're an entrepreneur, you have this business, your heart might not be actually running the financial aspect or the day-to-day business aspect of that business. Your heart, what makes you happy, is maybe being back there with flour on your face and sugar on your fingertips, because you really want to touch and mold and create the cake. So often, I believe, actually in many of our professions, even household, mother, father, daughter, son, we actually take on a responsibility, which becomes a career or kind of an obligation that we're required to do, which sometimes has nothing to do with what our direct passion is. And I love that because you just brought that up.
One of the things that I started associating with careering is fun and play. You know, for me, for a while there, it was overwhelmed and frustrating.
Right.
Put all the pieces together. And so it was through, you know, taking it apart and going step by step, no matter where you are in life, no matter what it is you're doing, and really taking a look at it and having fun exploring different avenues that really allows you to see, and allowed me, others I've observed as well, to see what is it, what difference can you make, and what is it that you're passionate about. So
I like that. I like that. Very good. And I love the title careering, as it's a verb, ing. It also could be a noun, where it's an actual action, like there's running or jogging or participating. So career is a noun without the ing, but ing also can be a verb or a noun. So you're actually, with that choice of word, and maybe you can tell us why you picked it, but my understanding would be is that it's a process. It's not a static place. It's an evolution. Is that correct? Is that what you were hoping people to get?
that is correct. I've seen in many cases where people feel pressured to have all the answers
Yes.
and, to know everything right away. And for most of us, that's just not the case.
Right.
And there may be something that you thought you were interested in. You thought you wanted to be a writer, and then you started to write. And then you may think, I thought I liked English. This is not going the way I thought it would. So really breaking apart what it is you like about different areas and how can you use your gifts in those areas to make a difference while having a viable career.
And I think that's really great. And what's the statistic? Are you familiar with that? Because I know from my recollection when my children were going to college that they say that typically a younger 20-year-old-ish who goes to college will actually change their curriculum. Is it 4 times?
4 times, yes.
That's what I had remembered too.
Will change their major a number of times.
Yeah. So give yourself permission to understand and accept that you might not have all the answers, and to be okay with changing your mind. And with that in mind, when you start college, take universal courses that are transferable into different curriculi so that you're not just wasting your time. So, taking your maths and your sciences that are high enough level that you can use in different careers and different areas that really can help benefit your time while you're adjusting and fine-tuning that career choice.
Yes, it's all about exploring. And sometimes you might have gone into a particular area or decided to study something, and once you actually start taking the courses, you realize that may not be for you.
Yeah, and I think let's fine-tune this on the younger children, the younger generation, that there's so much pressure on them from society, from their own family expectations. We expect you to go to college. Your parents might be great breadwinners. They might be very proficient at their job and highly respected. So you have all this pressure on yourself to realize, I need to find a job that I'm going to be respected, that brings home a good amount of money. And now it used to be just mostly men who felt that they had to be the primary breadwinner. Now women feel, and sometimes even more so, that they want to show up in a big way. And so there's a lot of pressure. And when we put pressure on ourselves, we actually contract and we forget to enjoy what we're participating in.
That true words.
Well, I know you're so supporting about having fun as you careering into exploration and really fine-tuning that career choice, which is so important.
It is so important. And I've seen pressure from both angles. It's the young person who, has all that pressure to know what they're going to study in college. And it could be, as in my case, further along in my career when I decided I wanted to change things up a little bit. And, then it's the pressure of, now you have responsibilities. What are you doing?
Right.
And really, it takes courage no matter what stage you're at. whether you're just starting out or you're in the middle of transitioning, uh, to really step out and own who you are.
So what would be your advice to any age, any gender, that is either going to throw away a career, haven't really started a career, doesn't really know? What would be your biggest advice to them in, like you just said, stepping out, really taking this on? What would be, because they're going to struggle with lack of confidence. They're going to struggle with not enough financial resources. It's too late in life. I'm not going to be able to do a great job. What's your expertise and recommendation for them?
Based on my personal experience and what I've seen time and time again, it's to really make the decision that you're going to step out and you are going to really explore different things. And you will have moments, no matter who you are, no matter where you are, that you question what you're doing. And the thing to get is that's okay, and you're not alone. We've all been there at one point in our careers, where I know for me, I've gone through that many times throughout my career, from deciding what to major in undergrad, for example, to, okay, now I have an established career. How can I look at changing that and stepping out on my own and starting my own business? So wherever you are, there can be that feeling. But to know that once you find that thing that is your passion, that is your expression in the world, the feeling, the experience, and the difference you're able to make far outweighs what I call the growing pain.
I love that. And I love that because it's not like you have to have a charted, mapped out plan to get to the new result that you're not even sure of. So it's just a matter of exploring something that you feel passionate about, or the stirrings in your heart. It doesn't have to be an overwhelming, passionate, like, I want to do this. It might be just unrest in what you are doing, realizing I don't want to do this for another 20 years, or I don't, now that I've gotten into the courses, I really don't like it. So listening to your heart and being able to be truthful, how you feel about what's going on inside is really important. And which I talk about in my book, Powerful Beyond Measure, is when you're opening to this wisdom within yourself and how you truly are feeling your emotions about where you are presently in life, you open yourself up to allow the universe to help support you. So for example, that baker we talked about earlier in the interview here, she really wants to go back to behind the counter. And so maybe what happens is someone walks in and buys some bakery items and says, oh, you have a beautiful bakery here, and she goes, yes, I love it. I really wish I could spend more time cooking and baking and doing that part of it. Now I'm so caught up in the blah, blah, blah of the running of the business. And he goes, oh, he says, I have my father just retired. He knows how to run businesses and he's looking for a part-time job. And before you know it, the universe has brought you someone that could take over those kind of responsibilities to free you up so you can make more cakes, so you can sell more, bring more income into the business, and it's a win-win for everyone. So opening up and being truthful and honest with how you passionately feel about something allows the universe to respond. And then you still have to be courageous and confident. And like you said, you have to step into that and say, I'm stepping into this place of redefining what I want to do, how I want to feel in this part of my life. And knowing you're going to change again and again. I never knew I'd be speaking on a cruise ship, and I'd be writing this book to the extent that I have, and speaking all over the world and transforming people's lives, and having Facebook posts that reach 60,000 people in one post in a week. But it's amazing when the universe pushes you. It's almost like a current, a force field. that pushes you because it's supporting your passion.
That is so true. I had it that I hated writing and I would never write a book. And see what happened, because I'm passionate about making a difference and helping others learn from, what I've been through, what others have been through. And sure enough, because of that, there is an actual physical representation that that goes against what I thought I would be doing. So there's so much to be said for stepping out there
Right.
and really allowing the universe to help you have things fall into place, because that's exactly what has been happening to me my entire life.
And like you said,
Sometimes more easily than others when I
right.
resist.
And like you said, Tamara, is that if you didn't experience yourself the struggles that you went through, then how can you write a book to help guide others so that they didn't have to struggle? You had to experience that yourself. And this is true for everyone. Anyone that's listening to this, if you're struggling in some part of your life, where you're handling other people, handling yourself, even the lack of forgiving someone, by you processing that and stepping into resolving that conflict, you're actually teaching yourself, and then that will become impetus to teach others the same information that you learned and took as wisdom. So we're all learning and growing in that. It's not a burden. It doesn't have to be a struggle. We can choose to look at it as this is a great growth opportunity, and it's just another pathway to the golden yellow brick road, if you will, of the road you're supposed to be on, where the universe is supporting you. Well, this has been really exciting. Do you have anything else you want to share with us about your book?
I do. It's actually available for pre-order now. I'm very excited about that on Amazon. And you can also find more information on my website, actually, at www.imcleaders.com. That's www.I-am-as-in-Mary, C-L-E-A-D as in David, E-R-S.com.
Well, I know I had a hard time hearing that a little bit. So say it one more time, a little louder, please.
Sure. So that's www.imcleaders.com. That's www.I-am-as-in-Mary, C-L-E-A-D as in David, E-R-S as in Sam.
Okay, imcleaders.com. Okay, great. And so I encourage you all to go and look on Amazon or Barnes & Noble online too. Her book is being published by Morgan James Publishing House in New York, and they're fabulous. And this is a great book to buy as a graduation gift if you know someone that's maybe entering their senior year and they're like, we don't know what we really are interested in. It's for any age. Even someone who's in college and maybe struggling their sophomore year or unsure, have they really picked the right career? This is a book that can be used by parents as well as children, and also for adults who are thinking about switching their career. So I wish you much success, and I wish the book to have wings that soar and reach across many, many states and touch many people's lives that will help them, guide them to their passion.
I really had a great time, so thank you for having me.
You're welcome, and thank you so much. Why don't you hold your book up one more time so everyone can see it? And bring it into the camera. See, there it is, Careering. Go back a little farther. Great. Careering, the pocket guide to exploring your future career. So there you go. Thank you very much, Tamara, for being here, and I wish you much success. And to all of you, find your passion, which doesn't have to really be a career, but it can become a career. Because when you work and live from a place of heart and passion, you are already successful. You are fulfilling your dharma and making an impact on the world. So congratulations, all of you, as you're careering into your passion. Take care. Thank you again, Tamara.
Thank you. And thank you for who you are for us in the world.
You're welcome. Good night to everyone. Goodbye, good morning, whatever day, time it is for you. Take care.